It's your boy Rasta back with another video for y'all. And we finna get straight into this Chiraq Street Legends. I know I ain't say that at the minute, but episode 79, the legend of Loca D, or I think that's how you say it, Loca D. But from the thumbnail, she looked Latino, so maybe she like one of the Latin, well, obviously, if she gangbang, she probably gonna be in the Latin gang. But, we're going to go ahead and get straight into this. I don't really know anything about any Latin gangs. So, this is going to be my first video going, you know what I'm saying? Past the little culture. We're going to go past the black culture and go to the Latino. The Latina. You feel me? We're going to go to the... No, damn, that's Italian. Fuck. Oh, she from Humboldt Park.
It's Humboldt Park.
Oh shit, Maniac, Latin is a lot of money. Okay. Man, that's dope.
What up, family? It's your boy SNTV. Back at y'all with another Chiraq Street Legends.
What's the word, my guy?
And this episode is gonna be about none other than Jackie M, aka Loca D. Loca D comes from that East Humboldt Park area, also known as the Twilight Zone. They MLDs, or Maniac Latin Disciples. Their headquarters is off Potomac and Rockwell. And almost since their beginning, their main beef has been with the Latin Kings.
Oh, damn, they West Side. That's...
The Maniac Latin Disciples will be started in 1966 by a guy that went by the name of Albert Hitler Hernandez. He was only 12 at the time. The Disciples started off as a baseball team. They would eventually end up getting to fights with other gangs that ran the neighborhood, the Latin Kings being the main one. But they would also beef with some of the white gangs, like the Harrison Gents and the Simon City Royals. Early on, they had an ally called the Milwaukee Kings.
Why the fuck do the white gangs even sound white? I don't know. That shit probably sound crazy as fuck, but if y'all know, y'all know.
They were very close to them, right off Milwaukee Avenue. They would do all type of things to help the community out. In 1967, there was a blizzard. The Disciples volunteered to shovel the snow in the community. This would get Albert Hernandez and 11 of his friends in the Chicago Daily newspaper. In about 1968, Hernandez changed the name of the club to the Latin Disciples. But the club was not just Latinos. The club was all different races, including whites and blacks. This is one of the main reasons why the Latin Disciples grew so fast and began to be so big, because they didn't really have a color barrier. They would also begin to get a lot of respect when they joined the Folks Nation Alliance, and they will become allies with the Latin Eagles, Spanish Cobras, and the Imperial Gangsters. The Latin Disciples would join the Folks Alliance in or around 1978. They were the first Latino folks, and due to the Latin Disciples joining the Folks Alliance, the Imperial Gangsters, Spanish Cobras, and Latin Eagles would all follow suit. They would begin to go by Maniac Latin Disciples in the year 1983, which is the same year that King Hitler would be killed. Allegedly, there were some Latin kings walking through MLD territory. Some say that the Latin kings had targeted one of the MLDs. Some also say that King Hitler had told the Latin kings to take their colors off coming through the neighborhood. There was an argument, a fight ensued, and somehow King Hitler would end up being stabbed to death by the Latin kings. The Latin Disciples would take on the swastika symbol, symbolizing their love for King Hitler. They would also add King to his name, and ban anybody else in the gang from using it. The highest honor would be the Prince. This will start one of the bloodiest wars that the city of Chicago has ever seen, coming out of the Humboldt Park neighborhood. And this bad blood will go on for years and years, affecting many lives, killing many people. Loca D would join the Maniac Latin Disciples around the age of 12 to 13 years old, but she wouldn't really make her bones in the streets until she was around the age of 15. She already had respect in the hood.
It's not long.
She already was looked at
It's not long at all.
as the queen of the Latin Disciples, but she wanted more, because for a female to be looked at as tough in a gang, especially back then, was very hard. She had to do more. She had to go harder. Her and some of her friends would come up with an elaborate idea to retaliate against some Latin kings who had not too long ago killed some Latin disciples. The Latin disciple in question was just so happened a good friend of Loca D's. So she seen this as good as time as any in her mind to make her hood proud of her. On May 12th, 1992, Loca D and two of her friends, Marilyn Malero and Madeline Mendoza, would lure two Latin kings by the name of James Cruz and Hector Reyes to a bathroom in Humboldt Park. Hector Reyes and James Cruz was at Humboldt Park in hopes to get some PUSSY. Hector Reyes had to go to the bathroom. Loca D would follow behind him. Loca D would give him a kiss before allowing him to turn and use the bathroom. Once he turned to use the bathroom, Loca D would shoot him in the back of the head. His friend was in emotion to hear the gunshot.
Fuck, I should have been said that. But damn.
I'm Taylor, and this is Let
me mute this. I'll let the ad play while I'm talking. Bro, you know how it usually be? The female set a motherfucker up and the nigga come out of nowhere and just pop him? I guess she say she gotta go hard and pop his ass herself. Damn. Let me go ahead and get back to this video. I ain't gonna do too much.
Starting an online.
He had a gun. I shot Reyes once in the back of the head, Montanez said in the Chicago Tribune video. As he dropped, I came out of the bathroom, ran towards the other one. The other one had a gun, and my co-defendant Mendoza was scared, because you could tell that he was about to do something to her, because I'm sure he heard the gunshot. So I grabbed the gun and just shot. When I shot him, he hit the floor. After the murder would take place, Loca D and her friends would go back to the hood and celebrate. They would party and drink beer and tell everybody in the hood what they had did. The police would begin to question the Twilight Zone MLDs. And Loca D, Marilyn Malero.
So we see that even back then, like, gang shit was still, like, I ain't gonna say gang. I'm gonna just say motherfuckers in gangs. Like, certain motherfuckers was just still stupid when it comes to being in the actual gang. Like, they literally, like, it's motherfuckers in gangs, bro, that make games seem like it's not even what the fuck it is. Like, most of the motherfuckers nowadays ain't even really claiming no gang. They just really, you feel me, claiming shit just to be claiming it. It ain't no way in hell motherfuckers still even abiding by laws. I don't think nobody can walk up to a motherfucker and tell them to spit a lick. Unless you in jail or some shit, and you try and walk up to them and tell them to spit a motherfucking lip. Boy, you gonna get your shit blew off. You can't do that in today. So, you can't do that in today life right now. So, how the fuck can you really say y'all got a gang? I don't know. That shit just, it don't make sense to me at all. But I can see back then that, you feel me? Even though that's a girl, of course she probably gonna 9 times out of 10 go run her mouth. But even with niggas though, niggas do the same thing. Do a hit and you go back and tell. What's the point of telling? Now you up in jail and you got a lot of motherfuckers who know you did it. And at any point in time, they can, you feel me, go in there and testify as a witness. Oh yeah, he came right after he or she, after they did the murder, they came right and told me who after them. Now you looking at all these motherfucking years in prison because you couldn't keep your motherfucking mouth closed. Even if you did that, you supposed to went to the grave with that. Shit, if motherfuckers find out streetwise, they find out. But you don't never go and tell a motherfucker word of mouth.
And Madeline Mendoza will be given up quickly because Hector Reyes was murdered execution style in a public place. The girls will go to court And the fact that they were only 15, 16, and 21 when the incident happened wouldn't be taken into consideration, as Marilyn Malero will be given the death penalty, Loca D will be given life without, and Madeline Mendoza initially will be given 35 years. All of these sentences have been either reduced or exonerated. Years after her conviction, Loca D was called back to court and her sentence was reduced to only 63 years. The reason why her sentence was reduced is because Chicago passed a law saying that you can't give a minor life without. She was only 15 when she did what she did. Marilyn Malero was given the death penalty because she allegedly was the one that facilitated the crime. They used her car to get to the park. Plus, she was the oldest, her being 21 at the time. Her sentence ended up being reduced to life without. Then she ended up getting her sentence exonerated after Loca D admitted to killing both of them. Madeline's sentence was also exonerated. She was just the unlucky one that was there, present on the crime scene. And I think that what we can learn from the story of Loca D is this. A lot of us want to belong to something. A lot of us want to be a part of something. And some of us will do anything to be a part of that. And we love whatever that is that we want to be a part of. But the sad reality is, the thing that we love, that we want to be a part of, doesn't love us.
Hell no.
It's toxic. And those toxic fumes get mixed up within our body chemistry. And we become toxic. And we begin to come up with all type of bullshit ideas, thinking that it's cool or it's gonna work. Especially at a young age. In reality, whenever you decide to jump off that...
Man, I be hating to keep like trying to, you feel me, pause shit, but like I say, shit, y'all wanna watch the whole video, go watch the whole video. It's my reaction, I'm gonna do my talking. But the thing is though, like, I won't even really kind of like blame her when it comes to like, I don't never really like blame minors when it comes to doing certain shit. But 15, 16, bro, you kind of know what you're doing. Because at 15, 16, I knew what I was doing. Even though a motherfucker could say, oh, you was a minor, you 16 ain't that far from 18, 18 ain't that far from 21. You feel me? When it comes to some thinking shit, though, like, when it comes to, oh, you knew exactly what the fuck you was doing at the time you did it, who out the band, you know. Because 15, you kind of maturing. If not, some motherfuckers be matured at 14, you feel me? They don't be matured all the way, obviously, but at 14, you got a lot of mature motherfuckers. I was a mature motherfucker at 14. So I know it's a lot of motherfucking mature motherfuckers out there at 14, but, you know, you got certain motherfuckers who be mature, and you got certain motherfuckers who childish and stay in that mindset of a little kid. But at the same time, like I say, I can't even really blame her because that really goes to show that she wasn't getting attention at home. And she probably don't even know what her parents at right now or what the damn, if she even talking to them, I don't know. But it is just kind of like fucked up though that, well, I ain't gonna say fucked up because I don't know about the, you know, men that she killed, how their lives was and shit. I don't know if they was good or not. Well, they was in the gang, so, you know, I'm not just gonna say just because they in the gang they wasn't good, but I don't know. That's why I can't speak on that. But at the same time, it's like, damn, they lost their life. They ain't gonna be here no more because, what? You set them up because you feel like you had something to prove to motherfuckers who probably ain't paying no attention to you because, like folks say, shit, the game motherfuckers play nowadays will not love you. The streets will not love you. So don't go out there looking for love in the motherfucking streets thinking you finna fall in love with, oh, you selling drugs, you think you finna fall in love with selling drugs? Okay. You fall in love with a female who, from that side, you know could be a potential op. Okay.
Porch, whenever you decide to pick up that gun, whenever you decide to gang bang and get in the streets, what you're doing is you're becoming an adult before your time. You out here in the streets. No one is going to take it easy on you because you 13, 14, or 15.
That's
when
fact.
you out here doing stuff shooting at people, robbing people.
You gotta think about the people who doing that is 13 and 14, bro. Like all the motherfucking killers and robbers and motherfuckers be starting at 13, 14. So it's not a surprise.
Causing all of this chaos. Loca D and her friends were a perfect example. She was only 15 when it happened. Her friend was 16. Her other friend was the oldest one, and she was 21. She served 27 years. Loca D has served around 28 years. As of right now, pushing 30. For one mistake, and 5 lives were affected. All to do something for somebody who told on her at the end. I'm pretty sure all the MLDs didn't take part in, getting Loca locked up, but somebody did.
Exactly. And it be the main one you trying to impress.
Also, you should know this already if you don't. Never trust these females out here.
I just said.
Especially if you in the streets. Never trust females if you in the streets. You never know when it could be a setup. Never meet them at their location. Never give your locations away to these females. Especially if they ops. Especially if you know that these females hang with the ops. It's best not to even mess with them. But if you do, make sure that you be careful.
Ain't no if.
Because it's not hard. It's very easy. And these examples have been set since this happened in 1992. But we have more examples. We have millions of examples before that. But the same thing continues to happen. The same doors continue to revolve. We not learning, y'all. But it's all good because SNTV gonna keep on dropping these stories, man. This has been the story of Jacqueline Montgomery.
Shout out to Street News TV, man. It was an interesting ass story, man, for it to be one like. Even though I did the KI one, I don't know. It just felt like KI kind of like represented a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Want to be a nigga, or she was a stud, dyke, whatever y'all want to call it. And she was more just like of a savage ass lady. You feel me? So it's like it is kind of interesting, or I'm not really gonna say interesting because it is lives affected. But it is kind of a little interesting though to hear about stories of females instead of it always being niggas all the time. Females be wanting to get their rank too. Shit, you do got some queens and shit that be stepping. You feel me? And she was one of them steppers. It's just fucked up the fact that the people who she stepped on was stepped on. Yeah, that shit fucked up. But man, life is life, bro. You choose shit like you knew this girl was out before you even fucked with her. You knew she was from the other block, or you knew she was from the off block, or out the band. You knew all this. And you still, I'm going to bring my homie in on it too. So not only is you fucking up your life, you fucking up your homie life because you want him to go slide with you to get some. Like, man, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, though. We at 1K, roll to 5K. Y'all see that back there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep doing these reactions. We're going to hit this. Yep, we're going to hit that. We're going to hit that red button. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here.